All right, so it's saying we're live. I'm just having a quick look on YouTube to see what's happening.
How are we looking?
I think we're live. I think we're live.
Yeah, it's saying live and counting.
Yeah. Counting 30 seconds. I'm just waiting to see if yeah, no, we're live. We're good to go, mate. Good to go. So thanks for joining me, Luke. So what are we doing today? We're doing chapter 31 through to chapter 43 and then some interludes.
Yep, which is the end of part 2.
End of part 2, yeah. So I feel like we're building to a bit of action to come up. It kind of left it on a cliffhanger, right? We didn't really get too much of a resolution to the tower battle.
No, not yet.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, is there anything overall you want to say, or you want to jump into the chapters?
No. I think we'll just get into the chapters. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, so chapter 31. So with the quote, we've got who we know to be Harmony from Mistborn now. He's saying, I do not share their attitude as you suppose. I think I've gone some crazy autocorrect on this. But
Odium's prison, yeah.
Odium's prison, yeah. If it holds him, it'll give us necessary time to plan. And this is a threat beyond the capacity of one shard to face. So he seems seems pretty scared of Odium, which is interesting. I thought he was more powerful because he had the 2 shards, but then they sort of later on he sort of mentions that in another quote that we'll get to as well.
Yeah.
So we've got the singers and Venley sort of trekking through the mountains at the moment on their way to the tower.
And we've got these deep ones that kind of cruise around underground.
Yeah, they're like
half underground.
Yeah, they're edge dancers, but they're inside the stone sort of thing. So
yeah, but doesn't it talk about there's bad versions of edge dancers as well? They're called slippery ones, or am I making that up?
I actually don't remember that, but maybe
I think these guys are more like the stone form ones.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think, but I might be making that up. I have a memory of her saying that, maybe Venley saying that.
Oh, actually,
that they move differently.
Yeah. So my next note is I've got the flowering ones like edge dancers. So maybe it's the flowing ones. Like maybe that's an autocorrect.
Yeah, that was flowing or slippery, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, it's interesting. And they that weird scientist lady says something about the true surges are
9 surges. Yeah.
Yep. Are from honor and cultivation.
Yes.
So yeah. And she also says something about Radiance having 2 surges. So perhaps all the Radiants perhaps all the Radiants don't know that they can do other surging type stuff yet. Or is it also that like the edge dancers can do their thing, but they can also heal, perhaps?
Yeah, because that's right. The edge dancers can heal. And I know Callum, I don't know, we're getting ahead of ourselves maybe, but he had kind of 2 powers, didn't he?
Yeah, so he can heal himself, I think. I don't know if he can heal other people though.
Well, he can. I don't know. It talks about we're getting ahead of ourselves again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Because there's no real
some of his powers worked and some didn't.
Yeah.
Like he could use his own powers, but he couldn't fly other people around, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, that's right. But he also couldn't fly around, but he could take in Stormlight. So, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll go into that more depth in that chapter. But I was just wondering more generally, because like he can heal himself when things are just going normally.
Yeah.
So maybe that's his other surge. Yeah.
But so can Charlotte.
That's true. Yeah.
I think all of them can with their Stormlight.
Okay. Yeah. So I like this new scientist singer character. She provides some good
Rabanel.
Yeah, she provides some good insight into what's going on.
Yeah, like how she's meant to be heaps. She's meant to be heaps bad, but she doesn't sort of seem. She's sort of good at the same time.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Just got a mad haircut too. Mad haircut. Everyone's always talking about her haircut.
Yeah.
So she says cultivation, which is the other shard that's there, is the god of plants. And honor is the god of laws, and then odium is the god of passion.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of insight as to what that does. I always thought just odium meant hate. But
it's more than that.
Yeah, it just means emotion, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then chapter 32, so this is where Harmony says, unfortunately proven by my own situation, the combination of shards is not always a path to greater power.
Yeah, so it might have weakened him or something.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, I guess it's like if you're like super specialized at something, you're really good at it, whereas if you're good at a bunch of things, like you're not as good at that one particular thing. So this is we're in Shades Mirror, I think, for this one.
Yep.
Yeah. So the group's being followed around, and Maya is riding on Adeline's horse.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's building to my prediction from the last one. I still feel like that's building up to a thing. So
that she's going to become his sword again, or like she's going to bond with him.
Yeah, but also your prediction of that honor spren bonding with him could be coming true as well. Yeah. So what else have we got going on? So Vale is just attempting to question Beryl about some stuff. Which they kind of said was going to be a dead end last time we went through this. And Adeline talks to Vale and is concerned about Shallan. So
pretty much.
Yeah, more concerned than I am. That's for sure.
Is this the chapter where she thinks Patton's the bad guy now, or is that coming later?
No, it's coming up later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's all that happens in that one. And then chapter 33, it's another decent quote. We must assume that Odium has realized this and is seeking a singular, terrible goal. The destruction and somehow splintering or otherwise making impotent all of the other shards than him. So he's Odium's going big in this, which kind of makes me think he's going to win. I reckon he's going to win this series of books. I think Odium's going to be, I think it's going to win and then lead to another story somewhere else
in the next 5. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And
this is a really short chapter.
Yeah, I've got one note, and that is that Kaladin is holding AA meetings.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, okay,
everyone sits around and talks, and it's going to help. How can this possibly help, everyone thinks?
Yeah.
This is against everything we thought.
Yeah. Have some biscuits.
Yeah, and Kaladin, doesn't want to talk, but then he realizes he should talk as well or something.
Yeah. So, just treading water with Kaladin at the moment. Just treading water.
Yeah. Thank God they're about to attack the tower, and Kaladin is in said tower.
Yeah. It's you're really going for the bad guys here just so he can stop being like this.
Yep. All right. So this is 34.
Yeah.
To combine powers would change and distort who Odium is.
That's right.
So instead of absorbing the others, he destroys them. Yeah. So instead of like taking all the other powers, he just gets rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Splinters them into all the other shards, which would leave him as the sole god, unchanged and uncorrupted by other influences. So
yeah. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good bad guy, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not just some sort of, because in the Mistborn books it was like Ruin and Preservation were sort of the bad guys, but it's like Odium does more stuff. Like he's more active as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what have we got doing here? So in Shadesmere, they're coming up with a plan to convince the Onsprend to listen to them. And Adeline coaxes Shallan out by getting her to draw some stuff.
Yeah.
So is that where they go up to the hill and they look at the?
They go and look at the special star spren or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Which are like, I don't remember, flying turtles or something.
Something.
No, the turtles are from someone else. Yeah. Wonderful man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and this ends in another fourth warmth kind of way with, it wasn't the Spren's fault. It simply couldn't compete. with Adeline's hugs, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very funny because I actually wrote in my notes another fourth warmth.
I knew you would. When I read that, I was like, we're both going to mention fourth warmth at the end of this chapter. Sanderson.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And this is a good chapter coming up.
Yes.
35. The Strength of a Soldier.
Yep. Sorry, my scroll's gone crazy. You want to read the quote on that one?
Yeah, you say that the power itself must be treated as separate to our minds from the vessel who controls it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little cryptic, but
yeah, there's a lot more quotes about the vessel. Coming up. So I guess we can make some predictions on who or what we think the vessel will be a bit later on. So yeah, so the people that are following Adeline, they
suddenly go away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And
Adeline realizes they're following old Spren mate.
Yeah. Can you pronounce his name?
So I can't even see it. Is it Notum?
Yeah, that's how I'd say it. Yep, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. It's always nice to get confirmation. So not just making pronunciations up.
He grabs his massive sword and runs off.
Yeah. So I've written it was a nice fight scene, and I may be a bit sick in the head, but I enjoyed how they were all just like standing around stabbing him in a circle.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, and I was going to say it if you didn't. Yeah, like it was a good picture. He's just lying there and they're stabbing him.
Yeah, over and over.
And Adeline rides in and goes, "Nah," and just decapitates them.
Yeah. And he's with Maya as well, so she backs up against him, and he's sort of,
which was awesome. It reminded me of Cobra Kai when they do the circle dance.
Yeah. And the horse is doing some stuff as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like the horse could have been kicking him in the head a bit more or something, but he kind of just galloped around and made them wonder what was going to happen or something.
Yeah.
Because he's meant to be a war horse. But no, it was a good chapter.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that one.
It was good to get Adeline to show that he is an awesome fighter again.
Yeah. There was also an illustration at the end of this chapter. What was that? Do you remember?
That one was pictures of the Honor Spren.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
And one of them has like a sweet mustache going into his sideburns.
Yeah. That's badass. That's the way to do it. Is that a mustache going into your sideburns, or is that just a beard without the chin part?
Yeah. I guess that's all it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine walking around with one of those.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So, chapter 36, I think.
Yep. I got the quote here in front of me if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
We're calling it the quote, but I don't know what that's a good enough word to call it.
Yeah, it's more of a letter to someone or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it doesn't fit in with, it's not the start of the chapter bit. I find this difficult to do on an intrinsic level, as although I am neither ruin nor preservation, they make me up.
Yeah.
What does he find difficult to do?
Do we go back through the other quotes? Does that give us a bit of a hint? What is it? So the quote before that was like the power itself must be treated separate in our minds from the vessel.
Yeah, to combine the powers. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he finds hard because he's neither those powers, but he's also both. So that might be Sanderson trying to get a bit of Christian stuff in there with us. You know?
Yeah.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit all being the same but different.
The Holy Trinity.
Stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I always think that when I'm reading something. I'm like, don't do it.
Warning.
Yeah.
All right, so we're still in Shadesmere with the guys, and Notum just can't believe that he was attacked or that Adeline saved him.
Mm-hmm.
And
so this is the one where they the cube's been moved and they feel like it's Patton as well.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's Patton, which I guess is cool.
Yeah, it's better
because we don't really know much about Patton.
No, and it's better than it being just one of the other people they took on the journey. I think because I just don't care about those people, so I'm happy that it is Patton. And it's weird. It's kind of like maybe Moraes is like given Shallan Patton from way back in the day, and that's how he knows all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
It is.
And they also make it to lasting integrity, and Adeline convinces them to let him stand trial, which is his way of getting in.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, it would be a shame.
Predictable, but very good.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to go through all of Shadesmere and then have them just turn around and go, oh, well. So, yeah, it's good that
he's gone in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
When he's in there, so...
they're just going to think he's great. He's the most honourable man they've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and hopefully Shallan finds... Because she's going in too, I think.
Yeah, he's took her.
Yeah, so hopefully she finds that person from Moraes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
37 and this little bit at the beginning. Regardless, I will try to do as you suggest. However, you seem more afraid of the vessel. I warn you that this is a flaw in your understanding. So, like, more afraid of the vessel than the shard?
Perhaps. So, who's he talking to here, do you reckon?
I don't know.
No idea. Is he talking to, like, the Parshendi? Like, are they scared of Kaladin or Dalinar as the vessel, so to speak?
As the vessel? That's a good idea. And he's like, you shouldn't be worrying about them.
Yeah. But then there's another thing that makes me think the vessel's Kaladin a bit later. Next chapter it'll be actually. But
do you mean the vessel for Odium?
No.
Or am I?
So you seem more afraid of the... Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't be the vessel for Odium. I thought he's talking about who they're gonna make the vessel.
Oh, the vessel for
their plans. But there's absolutely no reason to not think that is the vessel for Odium.
Didn't even think of it the way you're saying it, so that's interesting too. We're both just on completely different things.
Yeah. Well, I think I know who the vessel is for Odium. I mean, we can get to that in a later chapter as well. Yeah, so that's interesting actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that makes me think the vessel's Kaladin, but we can talk about that.
We can analyze later.
Chapter. Yeah.
Well, this is a Navani's scientific gemstone discoveries chapter for a bit.
Yeah. I've got here that she gets the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I pictured it as.
Yeah. A glove with gemstones in it that you close your fist or click your fingers and the world disappears.
Yeah. Exactly what I pictured, just that.
Yeah. But unlike Thanos, she thinks it's stupid. So
yeah, she's like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Idiots, like, get back to the workshop.
Yeah. And it's like, bitch, it makes you fly by closing your hand. That is mad. It's like one of the coolest things ever. It's like, just make heaps more of these.
Yeah.
Everyone should have these. Yeah. And that way we don't even have to worry about the lifts. Don't worry about the stupid fabrials inside the lifts. Just give us one of these. Yeah, so that...
Then an Everstorm arrives.
Well, they catch that person trying to replace the broken span reed during this.
Oh yeah, well. it's one of the Bridge 4 guys.
Yeah, an ex-Bridge 4 guy or something.
Yeah, like the guy that Kaladin's or someone's trying to find where he is.
Yeah. But he doesn't seem to know what he's doing, so it's like he's sort of possessed or something.
Yeah.
So then
the little sub chapter kind of ends with her getting a message going. There's been an explosion.
Yeah.
And then we cut to
Venley. Yep. And so they've arrived. Yeah. But that's about all. They've just kind of arrived and breaking in. And then Kaladin and Liren talk about mental health.
Oh, here's a word that I don't know. Here's a word that they talk about. What is a ralkalist?
I don't know. No idea.
Do you know what I'm talking about? No, they keep talking about it fell from the wall. And did they mean it to fall from the wall? And the Rallicus might have fallen from the wall, but there is a mere physical barrier. Ralkalest.
All right, you're going to have to go again, but slower because I can't type that fast.
Yep, Kalest. It's like they found it on the ground outside at the bottom of the tower or something.
Yeah. Okay, so Rallicus is an unforgeable metal.
Oh.
So I didn't pay any attention to that. I actually just thought it might have meant like a you said it fell from the wall, so I thought it was like a
I thought it was a food or something like that. Something.
Yeah.
But I just saw the word again as I'm flipping through the book, and it jarred my memory that I was like, I did not know what that was.
Yeah. So unforgeable, and it's behind the walls and ceilings.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Good pickup. Didn't even really notice that too much.
Yeah, it's weird, and they don't really talk about it much after that.
Yeah.
And then the deepest ones like go inside.
Yeah.
And now Kaladin, like you said, a bit more about mental health, and Kaladin, like, I don't know, saying he's got the same problem, and his mum and dad going, nah, you don't.
Yeah. Is this so? I might have misplaced this quote. It might either be from, I think it's, if it's not from here, it might be from an earlier chapter. But this goes to my vessel theory. So he's talking about scalpel. He's holding a scalpel. Talking about scalpel. And it says,
and how it can cure. He can heal with it, and he can kill with it.
Yeah, that's right. So a part of him had expected it to be angry, but this tool didn't care how he used it. Had been designed to heal, but could kill as efficiently, like Kaladin himself. So that's what makes me think he's the vessel. Like he's both ruin.
Because he can do both.
Embodies both ruin and preservation, which was
and like you said, coming up, they're going to talk about that a bit more.
Yeah. So that's what I reckon.
Yeah, I don't think that's even happened yet, that scalpel bit, because he picks it up when the attack happens.
Yeah, because we're up to chapter 38 now. So I reckon I couldn't find where else that would have gone, and I didn't make a note when I directly made the quote. So, because I think they say it beforehand, and then he picks it up and stabs the guy because he knows, like that that's already happened, sort of thing.
Oh, okay, right.
But maybe not. But either way, bear that in mind when we get to that chapter, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that whole dual sort of shard thing going on with that.
Yeah.
The Kaladin's dilemma.
It is Kaladin's dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I reckon
38.
Chapter 38. You want to go with the quote, mate?
Oh, yeah. You have not felt what I have. You have not known what I have. You rejected the chance. And wisely, I think. So he's talking to someone who had the chance to double shard up as well.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So maybe, is it possible he's talking to cultivation? Because cultivation's still around on this world. Honor's been killed, but cultivation hasn't.
Yeah. So who could cultivation and honor might have had the chance to become one thing, but he didn't do it?
Yeah.
Because then maybe he'd be dead too.
Yeah. Yeah. So perhaps.
I
hope
so Navani's gone.
I hope it's not just cultivation. I hope it's some other shard from another book that he's talking to.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see what happens. So
yeah.
So there's an explosion.
And it's the void sphere or whatever we're calling it.
Yep, that's correct.
And we're not sure how it exploded yet, are we? No.
No, not yet. So the invasion continues, and those deepest ones are like killing people through the stones, which is cool. They're like holding them down through the floor, and things like that. And then that Ravenel, she tries to reverse the polarity of the tower.
Pretty much, yeah. And with the pillar, the sibling.
Yep. Which is a spren that she's trying to turn into like one of the corrupted, unmade sprens.
And she's the one who's talking to Navani. And all of a sudden she loves Navani now, which a few pages ago, Navani was the monster and like the worst, and humans were the worst. And then the siblings like, I need help.
Yeah.
Come and help me, and we'll be friends forever.
Yeah. And I like how she gives Navani actually that's the next chapter.
Right.
But that's right. We'll bear that in mind. I like how
sorry,
no, we'll just
jumping.
We'll just talk about it now. There's nothing left in this chapter really anyway. So I like how she's just like, I've been trying to contact you, you buffoon. I've been trying to tell you something's going wrong. And pick up the phone.
To Navani.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Navani's like, just tell me then.
Yeah.
I would have listened. All you did was tell me that I was shit and you don't want to talk to me.
Angry tower.
Yeah. So that ends with basically that happening. The tower getting. Yeah, I like that. The reversing the polarity.
Yeah. So it affects different. It must have been programmed to hate the fused, and now it hates the radiance.
Now it's suppressing their powers, or even making them fall unconscious, which happens straight away to Teft. But before that, however, though you think not as a mortal, you are their kin. The power of Odium's shard is more dangerous than the mind behind it, particularly since any investiture seems to gain a will of its own when not controlled.
There you go. Don't know what to do with that one.
No, but I like
there, isn't there? Yeah, it's a good one. But I don't know what much of it means. Or it's not really
whoever he's talking to is
talking to.
Related to the mortals or something.
Yeah. It'd be badass if it was just like Kelsier from Mistborn. And he was going to come into it.
Yeah.
And
so Teft falls unconscious while they're hanging out, and Kaladin's like, it's a stroke.
Yeah, well, I wrote that he got hammered on account of his powers not working anymore. I just thought he was super drunk and was using Stormlight to be sober, and then was just like, I can't drink without my awesome. Stormlight.
Yeah, I like that. But then everyone else is unconscious as well.
Yeah.
Except Kaladin.
Yeah, which was weird. Still don't really know why.
Because I assume it's because he's said the forfeit deal.
No, but Teft has as well. So like later in the chapter,
I thought.
Well, later in the book, so like one of the other chapters, Teft, Kaladin says that Teft has spoken the same amount of ideals as him.
Yeah, but maybe Kaladin said one he doesn't even know about.
Yeah, maybe I shall hold.
I don't know, because
AA
it was earlier. Yeah, it was earlier when the Fused were talking. Like none of the Radiants have said past this ideal or something, and they're like, well, we don't know that for sure. And then there is talk of like the only way that they're not affected by this reversing the polarity is if they've reached a certain level, or some powers are still able to use, or something like that.
Okay.
One of them says that.
Yeah.
This is why I should make notes.
Nah, that's crazy talk.
Instead of just coming in winging it. Yeah. So is this the chapter where Kaladin gets the scalpel?
This might be the chapter.
Like,
yeah, his dad.
Don't do it, son.
Yeah, his dad's the worst character in this book. I've decided he's worse than Shallan.
Shallan or Navani.
Yeah, he's the story stopper. Kaladin's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, just constantly blocking his powers and awesomeness.
Yeah. Oh, you can help just as much doing this. It's like I don't reckon.
Yeah.
I don't reckon it's as good of an idea as going and killing them all. That seems like a much better idea.
Yeah.
All right. So the quote we're up to 40, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my instincts say that the power of Odium is not being controlled well. The vessel will be adapted to the power's will. And after this long of Odium still seeking to destroy, then it is because of the power.
Yeah.
So
that chapter before that we just read was when Kaladin picks up the scalpel, because Syl can't become a shard blade.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw it then as I flipped through.
Yeah. So reference the scalpel quote to now.
Yeah. There we are. My instincts say that the power of Odium is not being controlled well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then maybe they are talking about Odium's vessel, which we're getting close to my theory on that in a upcoming chapter. So
yeah.
All right. So in this chapter, Kaladin loses his cool again. He freaks out and he's shaking behind a closed door.
Yeah.
Doing that kind of stuff. So And Navani listens to a dark-eyed officer,
which is cool.
And decides they're sort of better off going for broke with the tower room rather than trying to
going and saving the sibling. Yep, sends all these dudes down the stairs.
Yeah. And this is where she just puts her hand on the wall and talks to the sibling.
Yeah. Easy as that.
It is. All right, so chapter 41. Of course, I admit that this is a small quibble, a difference of semantics more than anything. So, okay.
Yeah, very short and sharp.
Yeah.
I guess he's referring to the last quote as well.
Yeah.
It's just instantly after that. Yeah. Yeah, I found these little opening lines weren't as good the further on we got. The chapters got better, but the opening lines didn't.
I agree. There's like, if he it would have maybe been better if he revealed that it was Harmony later.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were still
held on to it a bit longer.
Yeah, wondering who's actually laying down these quotes. Then and I wonder if in book 2 they're going to be like quotes from somebody different.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. In book 3, you mean, or part 3?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so in part 3,
I think it'll go off. Yeah, it'll start doing something else again because it was different in part 1.
It was. And I think it's quoting like the rhythm of war. It jumping ahead, like we won't talk anything about that, but like it says rhythm of war underneath the quote, which is the only bit I sort of noticed. So.
Oh, okay. I haven't even gone that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, this chapter's good. The Terminator makes an appearance and it's like, I've got to find Kaladin and kill him. But Kaladin's like not using his powers and it's going to be hard for him to find.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, isn't that like dishonorable? And he's like, nah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about that. But Kaladin killed him the first time without powers as well.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. And so, the Ravenel talks about the paintings as well. She's like, gather the paint, they put it on a piece of something and then hang that on the wall, whereas our art is better because we would just incorporate all the natural stuff. So that was I thought maybe there might be something in that coming up. And it's interesting, she describes humans as sprinters. So like go hard, get great gains. Yeah. And like always like looking for something. But and the fact that like the fused are immortal means that they don't really ever come up with any new ideas. So
this has been played out in many a book, but it's just like the elves in Lord of the Rings talking about the humans.
Yeah, it's identical, but I still love it each time.
I do, of course.
Yeah. And Kaladin has the encounter in the hallway with the with that fuse.
Yeah, one of the fused.
And he does a little bit of fake.
And he almost kills him. Yeah. But then decides to like
fall over.
Be soft. Yeah.
So it's just
because Kaladin's still running around giving blankets to people.
Yeah, because that's a good use of his time.
Blankets and soul cast food.
Yeah, and apologizing for it as well. Sorry, soul cast. It's like,
sorry, this is shit food.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Not one person asked him. It's like you can't fly around and do some stuff. You can't kill anyone.
Why are you?
That'd be helpful.
Come on, Stormblessed. Jesus.
Yeah, I can get my own blankets, bro. All right. You want to go with this one, mate?
Yeah, well, this chapter was good, but I'm just sort of flipping the pages, and yeah, siblings just like to Navani, all your men are dead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Is this 42 that we're on now, or?
I think so. It's a long chapter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty long one. So
it flips between Kaladin, Venli, Navani. It goes all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. So Navani's infusing the tower with their own stormlight in this one.
Yeah.
To block it, and she gets like the secret from the Thalens, which is the
with the music or the vibration. Yeah.
Yeah, the frequency to make it work.
Sorry, I skipped ahead of that. This has got some good stuff.
Yeah, and that opens a secret door as well, and also puts up a force field around it.
Yep. And that's what they had to do.
Yep.
And did you like this color bit? The color to the spren?
Yes, I did. I saw that. That was interesting. And then there's another color reference in the next chapter as well, but I'll wait for that. Yeah, I thought there might be something in that too. I thought, because he doesn't mention stuff. There's no point mentioning that unless it means something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Navani found it interesting or curious, as she used the word.
Yeah. So I don't know how that'll weave in, but I think that's something to take a note of.
Because she was wondering why they preferred types of gemstones.
Yeah.
Like topazes and sapphires, which is cool because I never really thought about that until Navani finally did as well.
Yeah, no, I haven't thought about that, I guess so.
Even though that's her degree.
Yeah. Or one of. I mean, she's awesome. She's got many, many degrees, as we know.
Mm-hmm. But this bit was cool where all the soldiers are like cruising down the staircase, just beating the fused until the Terminator guy just rocks up and goes, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
And kills them all.
Yeah, that was my favorite bit. I enjoyed that. Flashing around.
Because he comes in his little flash of light and just mows them down.
Yeah.
Even though I like that guy.
Yeah, that guy was good.
The sergeant or whatever he was, Teofil or something.
So this is the chapter where they pretend to retreat, right? And then they all of them run to the room, and the humans are actually winning, and they've got another cool bit was they had the metal towers so that the electricity from the fuse doesn't work.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
like lightning rods.
Yeah. And Ravenel is impressed that the humans are winning as well.
Working in consort and stuff,
Yeah. What else happens in this one? So Kaladin meets with Relaine, and he's going to join the Parshendi as a spy.
That's right. Yeah, he's like, "What are you going to do?" And he goes, "I can't just hang out with you because I wonder what the fuck's going on."
Yeah. So that'll be something in the story later.
Yeah.
Where he's going to be like embedded with them. So a different storytelling perspective, I guess. So what else happens?
And Navani gets captured in the end by Ravenel.
Yeah, and then employed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because she's smart.
Yeah, which I didn't mind either. Like that might be
that was good.
Nice perspective.
And she says, "Refer to me as the Lady of Wishes."
Yeah.
But she's also referred to as the Lady of Pain.
Yeah, I'd choose pain if I was going to get
the sibling to do what I want them to do. So that's the end of that chapter.
Yeah, although Moash is operating the Oathgate as well.
Oh yeah.
So they're all getting.
Is he the good? They're the Storm Rider. What are they called? Skybreakers.
Nah,
is that
so
him?
Moash is the guy that.
What is a Skybreaker again?
So that's the assassin in white.
He's a Skybreaker. Okay.
Yeah. And Moash is just the guy that used to be in Bridge 4 that had a shard blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the one operating the Oathgate and letting people in.
Is that because only humans can operate the Oathgates?
No, you have to have a shard blade.
Oh, you have to have a shard blade. That's right. You stick it in there and turn it.
You have to have an honor blade to do that.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
So his honor blade works. So
yeah, that's right. I forgot. I couldn't work out why he had to do it, but now I remember.
Yeah. All right. So chapter 43. Regardless, please make yourself known when you travel my lands. It is distressing that you think you need to move in the shadows. So then it's taking me all the way back to thinking it's like Hoyd or Wit.
Yeah, one of these guys cruising around pretending to be not quite who they are.
Yeah. Or maybe Mraze. That Mraze guy.
Yep.
The Ghost Bloods dude. Maybe he's talking to him. Yep. So this is where Kaladin fights the Regal in the surgery.
Yep. After much contemplation and clutching of knives.
Yep.
And his dad
kills him and lets the other one go.
Yep.
And and then
because they were gonna.
My only other note is his dad is the most boring character in the book.
Yeah.
So I think that's all that happens in that one.
Well, maybe it happens in an interlude. Oh, it does happen in an interlude. Sorry, I was waiting for something, my favorite bit to happen, but it's still to come.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So
it happens in Lift's interlude.
Yep. All right. So we're into the interludes. The first interlude is Veery, who I was like, I don't know who that is. Yep. But then I was like, okay, good, it's Moash.
Yeah, because I think that was what one of the guys was calling him at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I can't remember in what context, but it was when he came to that meeting of all the fused, and I think they called him that then. Yeah,
which is maybe just means the one who silences or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's throwing his blade.
Trying to stick it in a rock or something.
Yeah. And
because someone did that.
Adeline
did it.
Yeah. And his blade returned really quickly as if he was a radiant.
Yeah.
So that's interesting with Maya as well.
Yeah.
That might just be a special bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
he talked to Odium in this chapter.
Yeah. So he's given his emotions to Odium. So therefore, I think he is the vessel that people are talking about at the start of chapters.
Yeah.
And he goes to a district in the city called the District of Colors, which I think might be a Warbreaker reference. As well. And then he speaks to Odium about breaking Kaladin.
Yeah.
So I wonder how long Moash is going to be around for. I wonder if he's going to be the main bad guy at the end or something.
For this book, I reckon, for sure.
Yeah.
So next interlude is Lift, and I thought this was awesome.
Yeah, you go for it, mate.
Because this is when I just love the bird, the chicken.
Yeah.
And now this chicken there's two colored chickens, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about more than anything.
Okay.
So this one is green, and it's being attacked by the red one.
Other way around.
other way round. So then I had to flip back to when she was hanging out with Maire's, and his chicken then is the green one.
That's correct.
I should have written it. But Charlene does mention when she says his bird's there that it's the green one this time. So Maire's has both of them, or am I wrong?
Oh no! I didn't even look into that, mate.
Well, I didn't until I went back, because I was just like, which color chicken did Maire's have in that chapter in the garden?
Yeah, that's interesting, because Lift goes to help the red one, and then that kind of leads her into a trap a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so when she's hanging out with Maire's and he first has his bird, she's like, the green one this time. So there must have been a point where he had the red one and she saw it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But then the red one is it's upset about one of the Ardents dying, because it goes and hangs out with the dead body.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Yeah,
that's where it's trying to get to. That's where it's going?
Yeah.
Where was the bird trying to go?
So the green one was just
she helps
the
it
red
go
one.
down. Yep.
Yeah. And she helps it go down into the rooms. And that's where it sort of hangs out with the dead body. And but then that is also how Maire's traps her, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wants to hunt her.
Yeah. Well, she asks her Spren Windle if he's ever seen this dead Ardent before, and he says, I believe I have a minor Alethi functionary, though his eyes are now different.
Okay.
Look at his fingers, the skin with bands of lighter skin. He was wearing jewelry once.
Yeah. Yeah, weird. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, but I really liked it.
Yeah. What was also interesting is she seems to be able to get her Stormlight from food.
Yeah, which we knew from that Edge Dancer novel as well, I think.
That's right. But she also didn't get affected by all the radiance getting knocked out.
Yeah. But the other Edge Dancers did.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty much just her and Kaladin that haven't been knocked down from it, it seems.
Right. And so, I'm just rereading the end of this chapter, this section. And Maire's comes in and he's got the green chicken.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've always wanted an excuse to hunt you, like you said. And she clutches the red chicken and starts running. And he laughs.
Yeah.
I reckon they're both. Yeah. I reckon they're both his chickens. I reckon it was all
a plan.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
If I could find
that at all.
If I could find that chapter where Charlene's in the garden with him again, I would. But it took me ages to find last time.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Garden. I might have just accidentally found it. Yeah, garden was too grand a term for it. Blah, blah, blah. Little knife. He held up his arm as the chicken returned. Carried something in his mouth. Okay, where is it? She finally picked out what Maire's was watching, a small dot of colour soaring through one of the canyons. It was his pet chicken, the green one. That's all it says.
Okay.
But it specifies the green one.
As opposed to
the red one. The chicken.
Yeah.
So, that was my favourite bit in this section in this stream, say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I really like all the Murray's bits. They're always good.
Yeah. And so the last interlude is Teravangian.
Which is reasonably interesting as well.
It was cool because the whole time you're like, he's going to become good and not do his plan, but then he does it anyway.
Yeah. And it makes sense that he does it, but still can, like, just come up with, like, some information that'll keep him alive.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, it's really cool because at the end, like, one of the final bits is him just going, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. So Odium can't see anything where Renarian is involved either, which was interesting.
Yeah, there's like it's all blurred around him when he looks at his diagram or page or whatever it is.
Yeah, but he also tricks Odium into Odium showing him all of his plans.
Yeah, yeah.
And even on Odium's plans, you can't see where Renarian is.
Yeah. And then he lets Odium see the picture of the diagram, doesn't he? At first he was hiding it, but then
I think Odium snatches it away from him or blows it up or whatever.
But on purpose, I think Teravangian had that happen on purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes sure that he sees him like holding the paper or even shows him it on purpose. And he also fears, Odium also fears the sword of Seth, which is awesome as well.
Yeah, and Teravangian realized that Seth's not at the tower anymore, that he's been brought along.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teravangian's heaps smart. I like how he's like, I'm not my smartest self, but then he's still heaps smart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a good little plot device, Teravangian.
Yeah. As just an interlude, I think, as well.
Yeah, no, it'd be a pain if we had full chapters with him, I reckon. But it's good to get him every now and then. Yeah,
and it talks about Dalinar. He expected Dalinar to turn. You wanted him to be your champion, but you failed. So you're not smart.
Yeah. Yeah, all of your plans are not part of like fate. It's like things have to go right for you. One person can fuck them up.
Yeah. Which will be Renarian.
Yeah. Or at least Renarian will block the person that fucks them up for him. Like, because it also says anyone close to Renarian, you can't see.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What they're going to do. So maybe it's like, Adeline or someone even. Or Yasna.
Yeah. And at the end of this chapter, he executes his plan to stab Dalinar in the back, and then Dalinar's soldiers come for him once that happens.
Yeah.
And take him away.
Yeah. So, he'll survive for a lot longer yet. He'll let him know that Odium can be tricked and that'll make him valuable.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Should be good. So you enjoyed that? You enjoyed that ending?
Yeah, I enjoyed the section. It was better towards the end than at the start, I think.
I really liked the fight in the tower.
Yeah, I feel like we're building.
I really liked Kaladin.
Yeah, we're definitely building.
And as annoying as Kaladin's AA was, it was worth it so that he could just get rid of it all.
Yeah.
Which I had every hope and knew that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
That Kaladin wasn't just going to be a surgeon for the rest of the book.
Imagine that if, like, for the rest of the next 6 books, it was just Kaladin and his dad being surgeons and talking about surgeon stuff.
Yeah. No, it's always a good, what do you say the word, trope in fantasy, where there'll be a character that doesn't want to fight, but just keeps having to fight.
Yeah, it's all part of the...
Whether they become a blacksmith or a a innkeeper.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the hero's journey, isn't it? You must not want the responsibility, but it's thrust
every
upon
time
you.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Yeah. Awesome. So, what do you reckon for the next whack?
We probably can't read all the way to the next part.
Nah.
Part 4 is 843. That's like 300 pages. So maybe, should we say 10 or 15? What are we on, 44? Should we say 60?
I like it. So we'll go 44 to 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't put us into book 4, does it?
No, it shouldn't. 58. It'll be about... Yeah, it's perfect, actually, because there's an illustration right there. I don't know why that's perfect, but it makes me feel like it's a bit of a page break.
Yeah.
727. So it's actually 200 pages, but I don't think that's that much.
No, that's fine.
That's about what we did last time.
Yeah. No worries. What are you looking for in this next section? What do you hope happens?
So I haven't read anything. I don't know anything. I hope. Well, it's going to be all about Dalinar and the Taravangian betrayal, I think.
Okay.
So it'll be Dalinar doing his thing over in wherever that part of the world is, and suspecting Taravangian to betray him.
Yeah.
And look, I reckon
they're stuck there at the moment too, right? So maybe there's a bit of a journey where they have to go back.
Yeah, I think it'll all be about what's going on over there, but I might be wrong. I think it's going to give us a little bit of a break from the tower, because that's what we want, and they never give you what you want. And so obviously I think Dalinar is just going to be totally suspicious of Taravangian the entire time, and the betrayal won't even be a betrayal.
Yeah.
Like when Taravangian writes that thing that he wrote just then, do it. They're going to try to do it, and Dalinar's not going to be like, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah. And he'll say, I knew.
And now I'm going to... Yeah, and he's going to be like, I'm going to go capture... So that's why Taravangian's probably going to be like, it'll be lenient on him, because I don't think his betrayal will actually cause any deaths at all.
Yeah.
Because Dalinar knows that it's going to happen. But yeah,
cool.
Look, I can hope that we find out more of Kaladin bashing people in the tower, but I don't think we're going to get that till the next section.
No. Yeah, I'm hoping for some Assassin in White type stuff.
Oh yeah, because he's there. Yeah, I forgot he was there already, even though we just talked about it.
Him.
Yep.
So I'm hoping for a bit of that. I'm hoping the lasting integrity tower gets resolved, but I don't think it will. I think
that'll be
I think that'll get resolved right at the end of the book. But whatever battle is happening at the end of the book is when that'll be resolved, and they'll come to the rescue via that. And I think when they come to the rescue, then there'll be like a finishing up thing with Mraize, but I'm interested to see what happens with Mraize and Lift as well.
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to reading it this afternoon.
Sounds good, mate.
I've had a little bit of a break, so yeah, awesome.
Good one.
I'll talk to you about it all next time.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're done with Cobra Kai Season 2 as well, mate. We'll do a Season 3.
I like how I was hoping we were going to talk about this and this. Yeah, I'm about halfway, a bit less than halfway through Season 2 rewatch, so I'll tell you straight away.
Sounds good, mate.
I'm glad I'm glad I am rewatching it. I am loving it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like
no show has been made to equal it. That's especially a show that's trying to revisit something or redo something.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Always shit, and this isn't. This is the opposite of shit.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And it's like
Yeah.
It's just not hard to do. Like,
no, they've shown that it can be done.
Same as like with Luke Skywalker being the Mandalorian. It's like, okay, so he was in there for like a few minutes and it was awesome. All you needed to do in those new movies was not make him shit in the new movies.
Yeah.
Like, just make him good. It's the same. It's the same
it's
amount
exactly
of effort.
like Karate Kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same amount of effort.
I saw that on the credits, Will Smith is an executive producer of Cobra Kai.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah.
He might have bought the rights. Because remember,
I saw it last night. Yeah, he made his son one. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he bought part of the rights.
Which wasn't a good movie.
No,
but it wasn't bad, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is his like atonement, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so fucking good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, that's my day today. Will be.
Johnny calls everyone. I love how Johnny just calls everyone
pussy.
Nerds and virgins.
And pussy. All they say is pussy, and I'm like, it's hardcore. Like that's like almost a taboo word these days.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently
after the whole Trump and Ford adventures.
Yeah, and apparently in the new season, one of the kids goes like, "Oh, yeah, my doctor says I'm on the spectrum," and apparently Johnny just goes, "I don't know what the fuck that is, but get off it."
Yeah, it's full of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Making fun of peanut allergies and making fun of like everything.
It's great. It's perfect.
That you're not meant to make fun of. Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good. It's just like fucking hell. It's like, it's making fun of the whole world. It's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. I just watched the one where Johnny goes on the internet for the first time and just Googles hot babes and then wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah, and also like Iron Eagle, the 80s movie,
and then he starts
the
watching that.
Plane.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just see all the beers like racking up on his thing as he's watching all these videos.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. All right, well, you have a good arvo, mate.
Too easy, bro. Have a good
one. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, Nick.
See you, mate. Bye.